I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
This is Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, and it only gets worse from here. And I'd just like to point out that's great that his wife found her purpose, after having kids, but that's not every woman. Not every woman, dreams of getting married and having a family, especially graduating from college. I mean, this dude really just stood on a stage and told a bunch of women who are about to graduate and get their college degrees that they better get ready to get back in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant because that's their real purpose.
By making it to this moment through all the adversity thrown your way from COVID, I hope you learned the important lessons that suffering in this life is only temporary. As a group, you witnessed firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society. While COVID might have played a large role throughout your formative years, it is not unique. Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of...
Did he just blame COVID for all the legislation against abortion, IVF, and everything else? Seeing as this dude is using his speech to attack Joe Biden, I just want to remind everybody about the poor leadership that led to the pandemic. Here in May 2018, the Trump administration disbanded the White House pandemic response team. January 22nd, Trump said, "We have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China. It's going to be just fine." Trump said China's been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency. But on January 28th, said this will be the biggest national security threat you face in your presidency. This is going to be the roughest thing you face, Trump's national security advisor said. Trump said, "I think the virus is going to be fine." Trump said the CDC and my administration are doing a great job handling coronavirus. Doesn't sound like Harrison thinks so.
The nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal in his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic and...
As someone who is Catholic and pro-choice, I don't know what that dude's talking about. See, when my wife got pregnant, she allowed me to be a part of the conversation. And we decided that because of our religious beliefs and other things, that wasn't an option for us. But that was our choice. And that's all that Joe Biden is doing. He's saying, look, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with abortion, but it's not my business. It's between a woman and her doctor. If you are neither of those things, sit down.
I am certain the reporters at the AP could not have imagined that their attempt to rebuke and embarrass places and people like those here at Benedictine wouldn't be met with anger, but instead met with excitement and pride. Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it, but the true God-centered pride that is cooperating with the Holy Ghost to glorify.
And that's my problem with this whole thing. It's all about religion, right? It's all about love and acceptance and, living in the way that Jesus Christ would. Not the way this guy's saying it. He's full of hate and division and bullshit. Like, he's lying. He's misrepresenting things. He wants to control women. Like, this is... Hey, Harrison, at the end of the day, you kick a football for a living, okay? Maybe you should sit down. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs, is this really the guy you want out there representing you right now? He isn't so smart. He thinks people are murdering babies. There's got to be somebody else out there that can kick a football.